What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. Welcome to Orlando, Florida. On today's video, we're going to be looking at the real streets of a neighborhood called Texas, and we're going to see the worst apartment complex in Florida. So I hope you guys are ready for this. This is in the Oak Ridge area, south of downtown Orlando. It's called Timber Scan, and this is the worst apartment complex in the entire state by far, worst rated according to the internet. So we're going to see a very poor part of Orlando with a lot of crime, a lot of violence. We're currently on Oak Ridge heading west. Up ahead is the entrance to Texas. We're going to go down Texas Hood. The Texas hoods of Orlando have been really requested in our channel. So many people have said you haven't gotten into Texas yet, so here we go. We're gonna ride slow like some Texas folks and go into Texas hoods, Orlando, Florida. Hope you guys are ready for this very highly requested video on our channel. We'll see what it's about. So Orlando area is overall a very safe city. Rio Grande right here. They're actually building a huge apartment complex to the right of us. Hard to believe that this area, you know, it has that reputation. When you come in here, you should see these huge apartments. Overall, the Orlando area is a very safe city. There's a lot of homelessness and a lot of addiction and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean it's a bad place overall. Orlando area overall is very safe. 70 million people visit this area every single year. It's one of the largest attractions of tourism, not only inside of Florida, but in the entire world. So we're going to keep in mind that while there are bad neighborhoods in Orlando, just like anywhere else in America, that this area, the city in general, is known as a travel destination, and that overall, the metropolitan area is not a bad place to be. It's actually one of the best places you can be. But like any city this size, there's going to be undesirable neighborhoods. So within that context, let's get in here. You got some people over here on the corner. I don't know if they're selling food or as they're just hanging out on the corner. What's going on over there? But you know, you can already start to see some environment here and there. This is the entrance to Texas right here. There's a King Express. Let's see what it's about, man. It looks like Texas. But we're in Florida, y'all. We're going to see the real streets of Orlando, Florida. The real hoods. And some of the worst places in the city. So let's get in there. I have not done Texas yet on this channel. I'm pretty sure we've never been in here before, so this is all new to us. I'm excited to see some new territory in a city that we're very familiar with. The city of Orlando is one of the top 5 cities on our channel for viewership, so we get a lot of views from the city of Orlando. We live in Southwest Florida. If you're new to our channel, we live in the Fort Myers, Naples area. That's where we're originally from, and our channel is about traveling across America. Originally, our channel used to be called Florida Hood Vlogs, and back then we were doing just hoods. So we've seen a lot of hoods in Orlando, but what's different now is that I changed it to Southern Life because I wanted to do not just hoods, I want to just travel in general. So it draws a wider audience. Content is different. Sometimes we're goofy, sometimes we're serious. Some people don't like the wider range of content, would like a more fixed type of channel where the content is more limited. This is a corner store. You'll find these all over America. This is the staple of hoods, neighborhoods, bad areas in the United States, is a corner store, which is just a building like this. No windows except for on the front. Usually there's somebody hanging around the front, gathering place for homelessness and vagrancy. But even though the neighborhood has this reputation, as you can see, they're building new stuff here. There's 2 new buildings there, this one and that one. Alright guys, we're on the notorious Texas. Let's see what it's like out here. Florida, especially Orlando, has a way of fooling you, because sometimes neighborhoods that are high crime, very dangerous, they don't exactly look like it. In places like Alabama, Georgia, when you can tell when you're in a bad neighborhood, in in Florida, you can be in a very bad neighborhood, and if you're not familiar with the area, you may not even be able to tell. So we're coming up at Texas on the south side, heading northbound. Like this neighborhood here looks just normal. If you're not from Florida, you may not even notice it's a bad neighborhood. But there's signs like, you know, house that hasn't mown the lawn. In Florida, you usually gotta mow your lawn very often. It's probably one of the places in America where you have to mow your lawn the most. Here's just like in Fort Myers, you have your Toyota Sienna taxis, your Guatemalan taxis. So a lot of people in Florida don't have a driver's license. You'll see in the hood a lot of these either Sienna or Odyssey vans that are taxis. A lot of times they'll have a taxi logo like this one. Other times they'll just have a Guatemalan flag, and that just lets people know that they're a taxi. I don't know if this is gated or not, but here's Hidden Creek Villas. It's obviously not hidden at all. It's out in the open. But these apartment complexes here might look nice to the average person. Might see this and say, huh, looks nice, looks good. To the untrained eye, it looks like a good neighborhood. But there's signs of a place that sucks if you just know what to look for. To the untrained eye, this might not look all that bad. In fact, some of these apartments are even gated. But there's signs that it's a bad neighborhood, like litter. Litter is usually a fine element. Very massive apartment complexes. Here's Americana, another street that's notorious here in the Orlando area. You can see there's gang graffiti over here. We'll stay on Texas, but I want to show you guys. There's gang graffiti here on the side of this building off of Americana. We've done videos off of Americana, and it's the same type of deal. When you look at it from the outside, it doesn't look all that bad. You just gotta look a little bit more carefully to see the element that people are, you know, notoriously speaking about. But you can see here as well, people just hanging out by the gas stations. A little bit of vagrancy and stuff like that. Those are usually bad signs. Over there, you can see somebody got killed because there's a memorial, clandestine memorial, because your Toyota or Sienna, or there's a lot of people hanging out here in front of this corner store. Hangout spot. What is it? Sabiana restaurant. I don't know if that's Haitian or Dominican. There's a restaurant here. I personally like Dominican food. So there's some graffiti here I want to show you guys. Definitely gang related, by the way it's written. It's K4K SOB. And then it says LL what?
It looks like a backwards 6.
So, you know, definitely gang related, just by the, you know, obviously this is gang related. I don't know what the crap it means. I'm not really from here to know what it means, but definitely gang related graffiti, of course, simply because of the style of the markings. To the locals, they'll definitely have a specific connotation meaning. I have no idea personally what it means, though. But to the locals, there's definitely significance to that. But definitely the type of markings that would allude to specific gang affiliations. And it's 3 o'clock already here. I don't know if that's Dominican or Haitian. Does it say what it is? What are they saying? Another thing that's big in Orlando hoods is a lot of frauds and scam. This is a very finesse type city. It doesn't say if it's Haitian or Dominican or what it's supposed to be, but it definitely has all of the trademarks of a bad neighborhood. Memorial here for somebody who was lost. Lots of flowers and stuff. So people just hanging out in the background and stuff behind trees and stuff. They've had a fence in the back of the gas station pretty well. Yeah. All this is just fenced in. It looks like it's incredible how they've had to fence in a simple gas station parking lot. There's not just that much vagrancy out here that they've had to fence it in. Looks like a car hit it regardless. This is blocked off. 2 cars over here. Strategically placed. That's not good at all. this parking lot kind of purposely barricaded with vehicles over there. Not sure what it's about, but you can see there's vagrancy and people hanging out and stuff, so we'll keep it moving. People are drawing enough attention doing this. Yeah, this car is very, just like that black truck we have. When you're in a new car, you really don't draw a lot of attention.
No.
New cars are really great if you just want to fade in and not draw too much attention. New cars really do it.
Exit out of that windshield thing. Windshield washer fluid.
Alright, so now we're going to head towards those apartment complexes we were talking about. This is the Americana Plaza. Interesting that when I first came to America, I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, in an apartment complex called Americana, which is basically like a giant government housing project, also by the name Americana. So you can see there's definitely hangout spots and people just hanging around. That's typical hood stuff. Neighborhood stuff. You know, a lot of people think that hoods are just like up in the Northeast where it's all just, you know, rundown areas and stuff. Florida doesn't really have a lot of rundown areas. Even in bad neighborhoods, rents are still pretty high. We're driving through Orlando earlier. We seen a brand new apartment complex by I-4. We called in to see how much it would cost to rent, and it was $3,000 a month. I'm like, how do you even make $3,000 a month? Like, Orlando's really, you know, it's an abusive system here in Florida with rents. It's starting to be like that everywhere. People in Alabama are complaining about $800 rents. You know, bless their hearts. You know, they don't know any better. Out here, it's real. I mean, it's $3,000 to rent an apartment here in Orlando. And it's not just that how much it costs to rent it, but they also require that you make 3 times the rent. So to rent a $3,000 a month apartment, you got to make $9,000 a month. I'm just wondering. So there's Lemon Tree. Here's one of the really badly rated apartments. This whole area here, these are some of the worst rated apartments in the entire state of Florida. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get in or not. Here's a sign for timber scan. Let's see if we can get in. So now we're kind of in an area where these are the worst apartments in Orlando.
It's gated.
It's gated. But you can get in either way, right? Because there's documentaries and stuff in here. I don't think they can actually afford to keep somebody at the gate. I don't think so. No, there's no gates here. It used to be gated and they probably can't afford. There's no way they have an HOA here.
Or...
No, there's no way they can afford it. So we're entering, guys, now kind of a dungeon of apartment complexes. This area's had, wow, it's bad. You can just tell it's really run down. I mean, you can just see the condition of these apartments. This is just neglected. I don't know how these people don't get sued. Like, the residents here should just be able to sue these people for allowing this. It is just horrendous. There's missing people signs on the buildings. This is, wow.
And
This is just bad. I mean, this looks like the worst managed thing I've ever seen in my life.
they need some serious property management.
Yeah, for real. But then again, like, who knows what people pay to live out here? It may not be a lot to live here. They have hay in the back of their building. I'm not sure what that's about. They might have animals inside the house.
Wow.
You can tell this crap is bad. Some of them have metal bars in the windows, which is interesting because
Yeah.
in an apartment complex, they have metal bars in the windows as well.
Yeah.
That is just wild. Yeah, this is very neglected. Grass is overgrown. Some of the buildings have metal bars on the windows. There's like a playground. I guess this was at some point
Really
a
nice.
very nice apartment complex at some point. But as time has progressed, it's become this, you know. But you can tell it's definitely very neglected. And
There's like
rundown.
walls missing.
Yeah, part of the building missing. Garbage and litter's just piled up. I mean, this is, I can't believe this is part of an association. Over here they got a pool. It's hot. It's definitely hot. It's the
I'm
summer.
wondering how this hasn't been condemned.
How hasn't this been condemned? And the reality of it is probably this is what some people can afford, and that's it. This is definitely hood in here. You can see there's litter everywhere, garbage, dumping. I mean, can you imagine an apartment complex where dumping is like a legit thing? Like, there's literally dumping here. Like, this is within an apartment complex. condominium complex. There's dumping, literally dumping.
So people own this?
No, it's condominiums. They pay rent.
Yeah.
This is just crazy. So thanks to my subscriber, I can't really say that the subscriber who recommended that I come out here lives here, because I don't really want to mention associations and stuff like that. But definitely this was recommended to me by somebody who lives in the vicinity, perhaps maybe even here. One of my subscribers says, you know, hey, I live in this vicinity, I want you to come see these apartments. They watch our YouTube channel and they were like, hey, you know, I want you to come to Texas Avenue. When you come to Texas, right through here and just see what's going on in these apartments. So I'm not gonna be too specific on whether they live here or not, but I do want you guys to know that this is something that our subscribers have been telling us. One subscriber in particular told us to come in here and check this out. So I can't really mention if they own here or if they're a renter here, but somebody within the area of Orlando put me onto the spot. I had heard about this spot on the news like maybe 7 years ago, but I had no idea that I thought by now they would have demolished it or something. You can see most of these have metal bars in the windows, and crap, if you live in a place this poor, just think about living in a place this poor, right? And you need metal bars in the windows.
Most people are working right now.
Yeah, most people are going to be working, so it's probably empty right about now. But think about living in a place this poor. Yeah, you need metal bars in the windows. Just think about that. I mean, it's not like what are you going to have in there? A TV? But that's probably how bad crime is out here. I mean, crime is probably so bad out here that just stealing a TV or something or whatever. Notice they don't have central air. They have
shakers.
Yeah. So if somebody that lived in this apartment complex told me to come out here and check it out because I live here, then I couldn't really say that because I don't want to cause anybody trouble, but they wanted to remain anonymous. But you know, they wanted it featured on our channel. It's already been featured on the news and stuff. It's nothing new. This is not like a secret. But yeah, it's just wild. I can't believe that some apartment complex in Florida, in Orlando, it's just a, you know, just a big city, can be in this condition. I mean, they literally have dumping in here.
Yeah.
That's why I've never imagined within a condominium that people just do dumping like that. But you can tell it's bad. No idea what it would cost to rent in here, but probably better off figuring a way to pay for something better. It looks bad. Notice there was a lot of people hanging out when we drove in. Now they all disappeared. So they saw a car they didn't know and they all disappeared.
Yeah.
That's not cool at all. Now, there was probably 10 or 12 people when we pulled into this apartment complex, all outside. We drove in, they all disappeared. So you can definitely tell there's it's a tense place. I mean, this place has the wall, but on top of the wall they put metal bars on top of the wall. It's like the wall, people must have been jumping it, so they decided to go for another layer on top of that.
Wow, I'm reading the reviews for this place.
What are they saying?
There's critters.
Yeah, of course. And there's entire holes in the buildings. This one, on the other hand, it looks like they've cleaned it up.
No, the problem that they're having with critters is the critters are not trying to eat food. They're trying to eat
humans.
Yeah.
So they'll bite you. Yeah, there's not enough food, so they bite humans. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's people living in Orlando. While most of Orlando is a very decent, nice place. I mean, you can tell here, there's people living some real situations out here.
And the one next to it looks...
They're fenced in. I mean, they look at all these fences. And let's just give you an idea. You know, but there it is, guys. That's Orlando, Texas hoods. Thank my subscribers who put me onto this spot, and in particular a subscriber who didn't want to mention too much about where they live, but they just wanted me to know that I should check this area out. Looks pretty depressing, bro. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty bad. Real grand right here. Ironically, they're building a new house right there. That's wild. We buy junk cars, and the junk cars buy humans. Alright guys, checking out from Orlando. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts and opinions. Has anybody watching this video ever lived in that complex and knows what it's like to live in there? It looks grimy.